Hi, I'm Kimberly, and I went through a long process of over a decade of overcoming severe chronic illness, and now started documenting my journey while I was in the thick of it, not knowing if I'd ever get out of that. And now I have completely gotten out of that, and I am sharing the things that I have learned to heal myself and to create an entirely new reality for myself, and now in helping others to along their way of creating their own realities as well through coaching and energy work. So in today was a really good day, and then there were some family dynamics that came in, and I felt like I was totally pulled like out of my center again. And I was just doing a live with my friend on Instagram yesterday, and we had the question asked, like, what do you do when you're feeling like you're really in it and you're trying to evoke feelings of joy for brain retraining and to bring yourself out of pattern loops of behavior, worry, panic. We talked about multiple things to get out of panic. And I was thinking, like, okay, I'm finding myself, first of all, I want to allow myself to process that I'm going through. It's super important. I know that I've experienced it over and over, to allow myself to process whatever it is that I'm going through. Then, after I process it, what do? So, I was just talking to my boyfriend. I was like crying a little bit and just letting him know a little bit what's going on. And then after that, he's like, well, now what are you going to do? What are you going to do to bring yourself out of this place that you're in? And I'm like, yeah, what am I going to do? Sometimes we all need that person to tell us that, okay, snap out of it. Like, you allowed yourself to be in it. Now, like, what are you going to do move forward? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I can read. I was like, I'm going to create. I'm going to make videos. This is something that I did when I was in the thick of it, and making videos was something that got me out of my own drama, out of my own head. And I was able to talk to you from a totally different angle at that point, which is freaking mind boggling. But to talk to you and be of some sort of service to somebody else in some way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer some of the questions that were posted on that were commented on my last video. I did answer, I think, all of them on there, so you can feel free to go back to my last video called Living in a Bubble, MCS, Lyme, Mold, Medical Trauma Isolation, and read these yourself if you want to read like everything that's on there. So I'm just going to go through the questions and answer them. So one is, did you just buy Ketotifen or on Amazon, or did you get a prescription? And I'm wondering what brand to buy. Okay, so Ketotifen is a mast cell stabilizer. So I was having histamine reactions to pretty much literally everything, to laundry detergents, perfumes, cleaners, food, like anything that it felt like anything that existed, I was having reactions to. So in order for me to, I kind of call it, I used it as a crutch to get myself out of the place I was in into the place I am now, to help lower those histamine levels temporarily, as I was doing the other things I was doing, like brain retraining, breath work, cold therapy, and so many other things that I was doing at that time, NAET. That was something, Ketotifen, the mast cell deactivator, I was getting from my naturopath. So we were getting it from a compound pharmacy here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area in California. And so that's where I was getting it from. I don't know of anywhere that you can buy it just online. And I know there's a couple other ones out there that do a similar thing. I'm not familiar with exactly how they work or anything like that, but I know that there are options. So if you're having mast cell activation disorders going on, your mast cell activation is disordered, then I would say reach out to a naturopath and ask if, or an integrative practitioner of some kind, and ask if they can, if it's right for you, do your research, find out if it's something that might work for you, then ask them about it and see if they can prescribe it for you if you and they feel like it's a fit. And then let's see. What coffee enemas did you use? So coffee enemas have been a saving grace for me. Coffee enemas were something that I did daily for a few years, and sometimes multiple times a day, depending on what it was that I was going through. So I did a whole bunch of different kinds of Lyme disease treatments that I was having huge Herx reactions to, the huge die-off reactions to. And so natural antibiotics, IV antibiotics, and a whole bunch of other different things, to tincture supplements to kill these off, as long as parasite cleanses and everything. And so during those times especially, it was just trying to continuously keep up. It was like if a flood just kept coming through and leaving mud all over the floors in the house just every single day. It was like a constant cleanup. You couldn't stay ahead of it. Or if it snows super heavily, you shovel the driveway, the next morning you wake up and it's full of snow again, and you got to do that. And it just felt like that just went on for years and years and years. So I detox using coffee enemas was something that for me helped tremendously to detox my liver. And coffee enemas were, I was getting them from, or I still get them from, Purelife. So Purelife is a brand that I'm not affiliated with in any way, but at least at this point in time, the video's coming out, hey, put that out there to the universe. So Purelife coffee. I think there's been a couple other brands that I may have used at other points in time, but Purelife is the one that I've been using for a while. I wasn't doing coffee enemas for probably a year to 2 years. I didn't do any at all. Kind of when I was in my phase of, I was up in Tahoe, I was a raft guide, and I was just kind of living life, getting myself totally immersed back into society without the feelings, dropping all the labeling of, chronic illness and all the things along with that. And I wasn't doing any of that stuff. And I was very fortunate that I did not have to do any of that stuff. And it's something that I choose now to do. It was funny because the first time I did it, when I was healthy, I was like, whoa, I wonder what's going to happen. How am I going to feel after I do this? Now that I'm healthy, it's still something that feels really awesome and feels really good to do a coffee enema. And sorry, there was something that came up on my phone, so that's why I was looking at it, reading it, going, what is that? And so that is something that I still do on a fairly regular basis now. I think I started it up a few months ago, and I think actually almost a year ago, I started back up again, and I'll just do it as needed as I feel like it's something that I could benefit from at the moment. And levels of stress, is a point where I can do that. So the answer to that question is Purelife coffee. Let's see. What percentage of your healing came directly from brain retraining? So I'm actually going to read the answer that I wrote to this. So I'm not sure if I can answer that in terms of percentages, but I'll lay it out this way. Before brain retraining, I had been doing all the diets, meditations, yoga, treatments, supplements, detox, the list goes on. Big changes started happening when I learned how to catch, stop, redirect, and change my thoughts, deep core beliefs, reactions, responses to stimuli, and the whole world around me. I had already been doing those things across a span of over a decade, but the brain retraining, law of attraction, boundary setting, which I used synchronistically, was how I changed my physical, mental, and emotional reality. Support the cells, support the mind, support the soul. So brain retraining was something that I added in addition to all the things that I had been doing. It's super important to eat intuitively, to listen to what it is that your body is needing in the moment in order to build new cells, and to be in an environment that's healthy, whether that's a mold-free environment, a toxin-free environment from family and friends, whatever it is that that you're feeling. And when I talk about environment, this can be super hard, because if you're going through a severe chronic illness stage, a lot of the times funds are low, can't work, can't take care of yourself. I couldn't even cook for myself. I could barely get myself to the bathroom some days. I could barely get myself on my feet some days to even just like do anything. I was in so much pain, and I was in so much of my own torment that, you know, it was hard to do that. So, oh my gosh, I just totally lost my train of thought. Totally lost my train of thought. Well, I don't know. That's where I was. Maybe I'll think of it again. But I won't just sit here staring at the camera with you going like, what was I talking about though? Oh, that's really weird. Well, it's late at night, and I don't usually film videos late at night for this reason. Okay. Well, maybe I'll make another video finishing that statement depending on what comes from this. Where can I find an affordable brain retraining program? I keep coming back to this, and it's one thing I have not yet tried. So there is actually a link that I'll put down below that DNRS has like a free trial period that you can try. DNRS, Dynamic Neuro Retraining System, not affiliated in any way, is the program that I started with, that I got my basis of understanding for brain retraining on. And it is like a great, I think, introduction to how the mind works, how the nervous system works, how the vagus nerve works, and how we can gain control and change our physical reality through brain retraining. I think there's a lot of other programs out there. Now, there's Gupta, there's Primal Trust. Those are like the 3 top ones that are out there, but there's also like a whole bunch of other stuff out there too. So definitely like check it out. I like, different programs can cost different things, and I know that some of them, I've talked to clients who've said like $10,000 for some of these programs, and especially if you want to get any kind of like individual like interactions with somebody from the company or something like that. So man, I really wish that there was, I'm trying to put together some resources to help with this, but it's like such a big process. So there are some things in the work that I'm trying to develop to help people with this, because I know that the price tags for a lot of this stuff are astronomical. For now, I think that DNRS is probably one of the more affordable ones, and I think it's like a really great way to get started, to just give yourself an understanding. There's also some good resources online on YouTube here for like just manifestation in general, and just learning to kind of change your thoughts. Life by Lucy is one of those that I've watched for years, and she has a whole bunch of law of attraction stuff out there, and really helps you with meditations and stuff. And it's a lot of free resources on her channel, Life by Lucy. That's a good one. Also, like Abraham Hicks gives you like a little bit of an idea of how to change the thoughts. I also use the Wim Hof breathing and the cold therapy to help me snap out of those things. So there's like various different things that you can kind of like put together. And I know it's kind of hard to figure all that out, so that's why I'm working on it. I'm working on getting something together for y'all, but it's going to take some time. So let me see if there's anything else on here. I won't make this video too long here because it is getting late. I really wish I could remember what I was talking about. And I was talking about, I think I might have just been talking about the pain for a program, like that you can't, back to my thought that I totally lost. I think I might have just been saying that there's, the programs are really expensive. Some of these programs are astronomical. I can't talk. You know what I'm trying to say. Out there, and they, like, when you're on disability, when you can't get up and even do these basic things for yourself, like you can't like make a living. I think that's maybe where I was going with that, but I don't know. It'll be funny when I go back and watch this and see what I was actually saying. Let's see. also asked them, is there a platform I can message you on privately? Do you health coach? Yes, I do wellness coaching. Feel free to message me on Instagram at kimbers.new.frequency, same as my YouTube handle, but just with little dots in between. And then also my website is kimberlyharder.com, and you can email me at yourwellness@kimberlyharder.com. We can set up a time to talk and do a free 30-minute consultation. And let's see, which program did you do? Let's see. I think that was like the basics for that video that I posted and the comments that were on there. But please feel free to write a comment on this video here and to ask me any questions, and maybe I'll do like a live myself on Instagram, and then people can reach out and ask some questions on there as well. I will be doing a live again with Daisy on Instagram next month, so I'll let you guys know the date for that. I think actually it's on my other phone. So I'll let you know the date for that so that you can check in there, and we can have a little bit of a discussion that day. So yeah, I hope that this just kind of gives you some answers, and I also thank you for helping me tonight to get through this, because again, finding those little bits of joy and when the world feels very, very, very dark, and like I always say, like I felt like I was in a dark tunnel and I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. Until I suddenly was able to create that for myself, which was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my life, you know, just little things. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Feel free to reach out to me, and I send you so much love. You are so much more powerful than you believe you are. It's true. It's true. You really are. The human body is amazing and fascinating and can heal in tremendous ways. I never thought that I was going to get out of the space that I was in, eating 10 different food items and vastly underweight from what I am now, and unable to listen to music or even understand language some days. So your body, your mind, your spirit is super powerful. Know that there is hope. Watch the people that are awesome videos. Watch the recovery videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is. All right. Bye.